It's 9:08 p.m. Saturday, 10:30, 2021. I have a very, very urgent message that I want to share. Please listen. I just captured this lightning bolt hitting the volcano in footage that I just came upon after sleeping for 12 hours, and my internet has been on and off. Don't ask me how I come upon these things. Within seconds of turning on a random place on the 12-hour live stream, within seconds, I saw a flash go by on the screen, and I went back and I lowered the resolution to 0.25. Right there was a lightning bolt hitting the volcano. Now, I'm going to ask you, I don't care about my popularity, I don't care about views, but for the sake of souls, for the sake of warning people, if you could please share my videos, especially the last one or the one before that with the urgent warning. It's the video called Special Rapture Update and Warning 8.0 magnitude on 11/1, which is this Monday. And then I say just days may remain. I was referring to the rapture. And then my testimony and the JJJs of faith, referring to the so-called ABCs of faith. I don't want to get into that here, but it refers to what I call the Gnostic grace, or leave out gospel, where Jesus is out of the picture. There's no born-again experience, just a matter of the head knowledge. And the name it, claim it, power of positive confession, Norman Vincent Peale type of false spirituality and belief that's overtaken the church in the grace community, so-called. And I'm totally grace, 1,000%, so I'm not going to listen to anything about that. I'm not here to talk about that. But again, if you could post that video, if you're on Facebook or wherever you can, to draw people especially to that video, because it's a salvational call, really what it is, on top of everything else. And if they can listen to my videos as I'm covering what's going down here within the next few days, I believe major things are going to happen, and it could relate to the timing of the rapture any moment. So that picture of that lightning bolt pretty much sums up everything in one snapshot of what's going on here and what seems to be ready to happen. Like lightning, I think this could strike, even though, everyone's looking at the magnitudes of the earthquakes and what could be happening and the escalation. It doesn't matter. This thing could go down at any moment. It doesn't need a specific earthquake exactly, but I think that's coming really big, and that's why the situation, I think, is dire. Of course, the eruptions are getting so fierce and amazing and loud and crazy. That in itself also shows you that things are just really going crazy and downhill here. So whatever dynamics are going on here, or things that are affecting the volcano that could lead to a break-off, it's kind of unknown right now, regardless of the magnitude of quakes or the fierceness of the eruption. They're just signs pointing to this about to happen, if it does, very shortly here. All the signs that I've been given, all the angels I've been seeing, all the personal signs, just everything the past week, and the warning inside of me, and coming on here and showing that and saying that. And the person I've been watching and following in all of this for the past weeks, again, I'll mention him exactly, is his name, the channel is Unknown Eagle, the official earthquake guy. And the reason I'm mentioning Monday, specifically 11/1, with the specific date and the specific timing in the mid-afternoon, possibly on the East Coast time, or EST, is because that's exactly what he's saying, and he's been very accurate all along here as for the timing of a 8.0 or greater earthquake at La Palma. I have to say, with regard to him, my heart goes out to this person. I mean, just today, one of his videos just got over 11,000 views, and he's been pretty much obscure, but he's really been dead on accurate, and really so few hear him and are listening and following him, and even though he exists. I mean, if you could look past his language and his mood swings and personal ongoing situation here, I guess he's really a homeless person. I shouldn't have worded it that way, but he's always in need of finding even a room to sleep every night, and also to continue these broadcasts or updates in his calculations as he shows them on the screen in long live streams, often with, silence, or sometimes he sleeps right on the live stream and you could hear him snoring, but he's dedicated really 24 hours a day, even not getting sleep, being on as much as he can to cover this, because he feels like this is it. There's going to be a major catastrophe with a break off at La Palma. That's what he's looking for. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. He's not saying it's going to happen on any exact date, but and also it doesn't have to happen the first or the second, but it could happen a week or two later. The point is, it doesn't matter because it seems like it's ready to happen very shortly. All right, that's the point. So it's only by God's grace that I think that island is being held together by a band-aid right now, without anything major happening, by his sovereignty and mercy and his angels, And that's the point here too. God is in control. God is in control of what's happening here ultimately. Although man have free will, I can't get into this, here. But what I mean is, man can do certain things to produce certain results, to cause catastrophes, obviously. So obviously that can and probably is a part of not only this or other things, or even in the past, of catastrophes and earth change events type things. But again, my heart just goes out toward this person, even though, he's not a believer, but he's authentic, It's right out in the open what he thinks and feels. He's not hiding anything. And even believers could take a lesson from that. I'd rather listen to someone in that tone, in that way, than listen to believers who are hiding, their true selves. And, if others put a mask on, hiding behind self-righteousness or, their intellect and their doctrine, but, they're not really being real, and others can't see that. I put myself out there. I don't care what anyone thinks. I might sound pretty crude and rude at times and say things that offend people, and I'm sure I have all along the way. And it's part of why, so few really are listening to me anymore. Because, if I got, in the past, I used to get maybe 1,000 or 2,000 views per video way in the past. Most of my videos aren't listed. Again, I'll mention that from the past. I just left them private from long ago. So there's only a certain portion that remain. If you see all the way back from the start, that's not all the videos I've ever done. I did 3 times more probably through the past 5 or 6 years that I was on here. So, I may get upset, but it's not because I'm trying to voice my opinion or preach my own doctrine and cause problems and so-called contention in the body of Christ. And that's a bunch of baloney too, because we're supposed to speak what we think and feel no matter what. It's not just a matter of at no cost to keep peace, when there is no peace type of thing. But the suppression of the true gospel of grace. Jesus is grace, okay? So I'm not here to go into all that, but I felt I should mention that briefly. A couple of days ago, he was even threatened in a live stream. It was taken down, but I captured the conversation going back and forth with this person. I don't know who they were, if they're ABC agency, trying to intimidate him. And he really reacted fiercely, boldly, without any fear whatsoever. And that's admirable, even though he got really, I don't know how to describe it. He said, he wasn't afraid. This person was apparently coming for him on his way. Probably a bunch of baloney just to scare him, but he wasn't intimidated. His response was really, really fierce, but it's like normally he's a very meek and mild and respectful person and gentle. So there's 2 things going on here if you follow this person, but it's like a tormented genius. And that's a good example of what I could say about him. Frustrated because he cares so much about warning people and humanity and what could happen to others, and totally frustrated, especially because what he's doing he feels is not being recognized, while others are preaching not preaching, but speaking lies and trying to not warn people and not say anything could happen, and trying to downplay every single thing that anything bad could ever happen with that island. I mean, it seems like people really care for him and want to help him, and daily he needs donations just to find a room to sleep for for that night or the next night. And you might say, well, don't be taken in by anyone. I'm not being taken in. I think is authentic. His situation, he really goes from day to day, paying bills and even not even having a place to sleep, not knowing where to sleep, or food, or whatever. So, I mean, if nothing happens this weekend, if nothing happens on the 1st or 2nd, I don't care. I mean, even though I'm going full ahead with kind of an assurance, and also from what he's saying, but it's not what I'm here doing is not just based on that, but it's this person has been spot dead on. I mean, I'll give you an example. When I first came upon him, I found his channel maybe 3 weeks ago, and he would give specific earthquake warnings based on asteroid or meteors or whatever, solar winds, but this was asteroid, and I'll tell you exactly what it was, and this was the day before it happened. He mentioned Petrolia, California, and the magnitude, and the next day, at the exact time he said, an earthquake hit Petrolia, California, right at Petrolia, California, right there, and it's sort of an obscure, out of the way town, I guess like a small town on the upper coast of California in the middle of nowhere, and it was a direct hit and the near magnitude. And this has been going on right along what he projects daily, and he projects outward into the future, into months and years, based on the projection of where the asteroid patterns, rotations, whatever you want to call them, trajectory, are anticipated to be in a complicated, what do you call it on his screen? A future rotational pattern in relation to the Earth in its orbit, going past or over certain areas of the Earth at exact time, and I don't know, because of the object size, its speed, its distance, its force, its velocity, its rotation, all kinds of things, and where these objects will be at specific times in relation to the Earth going over certain areas, or what it seems to be going over certain areas, with its field of its force, its magnetism, going right over that area at a certain time, which produces effects in earthquakes and volcanic eruptions and so forth, and probably also weather events. And so one of the titles here, he did many videos in the past hours here, is on, it says La Palma, Spain, 8.2 magnitude earthquake expected 11/1/2021, which is Monday. And then his live stream, let's see, yeah, it's live right now. La Palma, Spain, high magnitude earthquake warning, 000000 GMT, 10/31/2021. So 00 GMT right now is 12 midnight here Eastern time, US. So I meant to say around 8 o'clock tonight, as I'm speaking this here on Saturday night, anytime after that. Now again, I don't know what his definition of high magnitude earthquake means. It could mean a lot of different magnitudes. There's a lot of definitions of what that exactly term is. But just put it this way, a sizable quake, let's say anywhere from 5 upward, But again, he mentioned specifically Monday, 11/1, 8.0 plus La Palma, and there's other dates he's giving in the immediate future of 7.0 and greater if that's not enough, you know, or if things delay and that doesn't exactly come to pass. I don't know. Again, all I know is if you see a truck coming at you at 1,000 miles an hour, you're not going to measure the distance. You're just going to try to get out of the way. So in the same way, if we see events happening at 1,000 miles an hour, as an analogy here, it doesn't matter how much time there is between impact. The point is it's heading at you any moment. So, you know, I'm not getting caught up with the dates here, but I'm being forthright. I'm not backing down. I'm not making any predictions. I'm just saying what this person says, his accuracy, everything else I've been trying to describe there. I've been seeing signs, angels everywhere. Just saw this lightning bolt that I'm showing on the screen, and I'm led to these things like out of nowhere because the footage can be anything from hours and hours, days ago, and I put it on and there's something right there for me to see. Again, I have all those pictures of faces and weird things and demonic things. I haven't wanted to show it. I don't know if I'm going to. Maybe I should for this fact alone. Maybe it'll draw attention to my other videos here and get people saved and warn them. That's the purpose of what I'm doing here, not just specifically because of the volcano, but yes, obviously that's the main thing I'm here to deal with, and prophetically in the rapture and warning people whether they're saved or not. But there's a lot of differing opinions out there of those warning others. You know, their concept is to prepare, you know, and bug out and expect to, you know, live beyond this if you're at the coast or whatever, if this is ready to happen, and get away and try to survive after that. And, you know, that there's not going to be a rapture, at least not now, and that believers are going to be here through part of the tribulation, get into the whole pre-wrath idea. There's no pre-wrath rapture. There's the rapture and that's it. There's no 2 or 3 phase raptures with the goody ones. I'm sorry, I had to say it. The self-righteous ones, you know, the worthy ones taken first, and then the other ones who are lukewarm, you know, and weren't living well enough to stay saved, and they backslid, which is a lie. You're saved and you're saved once and for all. You can't lose your salvation because it's based upon being born of a new spirit that can never leave you. Jesus can never leave you if he's in you. The new creation in you, the new spiritual you, nature, being that exists within you is there. It can't not exist after that. You can't lose that. You can't lose your salvation. You can't lose Jesus being within you. So if that exists within you, you're saved and you're raptured. That's all there is to it. It's just an extension of what you already have. You already have salvation, but it's the final, use the word phase, it's the perfection. It's when perfection comes. It's the new glorified body. It's a new total sinless state where the two natures no longer exist. The one within you now is perfect and sinless because Jesus is within you. His spirit is within you and is perfect and sinless. And so we therefore have the ability to be in that state of righteousness, but also our old nature, carnal nature, worldly nature still exists within us. That'll be gone at the rapture. So that's what the rapture is, okay? Instead of others always trying to put a band-aid on their old nature and hoping that if that works, that Jesus will take them as they're there waving to him, you know, take me, don't leave me, in fear. I'm not making a joke about that. It's pretty sad and tragic if that's many others think that right now, right this moment, they're in fear and dread that when Jesus comes, they're going to be left here because they're not good enough, they're not worthy enough, they're not holy enough, and that's the false gospel that's going around. that's been going around and continues to. It's a works gospel, and what I've termed here recently the repentance gospel. Look, either Jesus paid the price full and you have it, you have him, you have salvation, and it's not based on any other thing, and your sins have been forgiven from the past, the present, and all in the future. Everything has been forgiven, no matter what. Either that's the truth, or you're trying to earn it. You're trying to be good and holy and righteous and worthy of yourself and your own power, your own religious acts and spiritual perfection and self-concept of holiness without any assurance whatsoever that you're even saved. Okay, I'm done, I guess, here now. So again, not for my sake, but if you can, if you want to share my videos or whatever and try to get these videos out there, especially the one I had just mentioned, the special rapture update and warning, and then 8.2 magnitude on 11/1. I'm not holding back. I don't care if anything happens or not on that date. I don't care, or the 2nd or the 5th or whatever. Again, if a truck's coming at you at 1,000 miles an hour and you're looking and it's right, coming so fast you don't know how far away it is, but you know it's so close that it's about to hit. You're not going to dispute about trying to calculate, how many feet is it? You're going to get the heck out of the way, and you're going to realize that something is barreling at you full speed that's going to hit any second, all right? That's not fear-mongering. It's not being sensational. It's being realistic. These things are going down. They're happening right this second. And it doesn't matter if things even seem quiet tonight or into tomorrow or what have you, because even that is very deceptive, because things could be just building up even more and more and in one, mighty shot. And plus, we really don't know what's being really reported out of there anymore, or the magnitude, so you can't really go by that. And it seems like the resolution of the live streams are much darker and farther away and at angles where you can't really see what's going on, but you could sure as heck hear the thunderous, incredible roar going on there. That's mind-blowing and deafening. And a lot of times, even in the daytime, they're zooming back. I noticed this days ago. One shot, they were showing this old shack, like by a road, and you couldn't even see the volcano. What in the world was that? I mean, that's not showing what's going on there. So it looks like the close-ups aren't really being close-up, or it's kind of being obscured by a very dark screen at night or whatever. Or they're changing the positions and moving the camera back, whatever's going on. And it's been very dark at the volcano these past days. Very ugly, gloomy, foreboding look to that whole black charred volcano sitting there with smoke coming out of it, if there's not, flames noticeable at certain times in the day and so on, where it seems to be kind of quieted down. But it's menacing, what it looks like. It looks like Charcoal Hill. That's a good name for it. Charcoal Hill. Cumbre de Charcoal, however you say that in Spanish. Cumbre de Charde. I have no idea. Charred. So I finally slept, I guess, a good 12 hours after I was awake, probably over 40 hours straight in the past few days before that. So I'm well rested. To me, it's morning time right now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Again, it's still Saturday, 10:30 Eastern time, p.m. Saturday. Again, if I didn't say it, the 30th or Saturday. So I just wanted to put this message up there. I know it's long, probably very few listen to this through the whole thing. But again, if you could try to share this wherever you can and try to get people to hear what I'm saying here and to be saved, hopefully, to be taken in the rapture. Or if your intent is right and pure and for the right reasons, if you want to post these videos and just put them right on your channel and show them yourselves, show them right on the screen, my videos, you could do that. So anyway, that gets this message out, that would be good. I don't like popularity. I feel pretty squeamish if there's a lot of people, watching, but at the same time, it's necessary, and I think I'm speaking with, things that need to be said, things that have been shown to me in the signs and everything. And I've been trying to put the gospel through videos in certain places, so others can share that, and others, anyone who comes upon that who might not be saved will hear that. I don't know if this is even going to load because the internet is going in and out and slow here. It's starting to rain again. It seems like another storm is coming at around the same time it was last night when I had that power surge and the sky was like sort of flickering with different colored lights, sort of like an aurora look. So maybe the energy is hitting at a certain time or something, the timing of it seems the same time tonight. And then tomorrow it's supposed to hit pretty big into the first, whatever effects that causes with this solar flare CMA that's upon us here. Solar winds. Again, I'll mention this earthquake person's site again. His name is Unknown Eagle, the official earthquake guy. My heart really goes out to him. Again, he's not a believer. He's not concerned about his language, all those things. But anyway, I'm waiting just as well as everyone else here to see what goes down here or not in the next few days and beyond that. All right, thank you. Bye.